Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Sadhguru Shri Muji Ji ki Jai. Thank you all so much for joining in. And if it's your first time, if you're in the Hangout, to ask a question, you can unmute your mic. And if you're outside, then you should see a question and answers application and you can post your questions there. Have you noticed that in periods of silence, what will happen is that the mind becomes very uncomfortable. The mind wants to keep saying something or the other. Some thoughts try to attract your attention, isn't it? That's why silence is so beautiful. Because in silence, it can be watched so clearly. This whole play starts to unravel very fast. Because there is no trouble in silence. All that is just is. And then the mind comes up with some story, and you give it your belief. And this is what is called going from the no mind to the mind. The no mind does not mean that the no mind does not mean that thoughts stop. It can happen that for a period of time there are no thoughts. But truly, the no mind does not mean that thoughts will stop. It's just that the mind loses its power over you. You are not tempted by these thoughts anymore. And truly, this is the only temptation, the temptation of thought. Everything is flowing exactly how it is meant to. But by believing this temptation of thoughts, then we pretend to be something that we are not. Something that we can never be actually. It's funny that we get so troubled by the pretense of something that we can never become. We get so troubled by the pretense of something that we can never become. The Supreme Lord cannot become this shadow, cannot become this shadow. But you can see the shadow and say that that is me. That is the power of your belief. All by this little trick of the mind, which attracts your belief. Is there any trouble beyond this? Is there any trouble beyond belief and thought? And it's very beautiful. This whole process is so beautiful. Because you say that I will not believe. And then life tests you, you see. It gets you to transcend everything. Just when you said, I will not believe, life pushes a button and says, how about this? You say, I don't believe. It says, how about this? How about all of it together? Take that. Can you handle it? Yeah. It happens, you see. It's very good that this happens. In the moment, we don't feel so. In the moment, we don't feel it. But later, we realize it's very good. Because even this, I transcend it. It has given me so much strength. It can be the smallest thing, or it can be a large event. It's all the same. So, what is it that can still push your buttons? You can actually go to that now. Go to that belief now and burn it in the fire of satsang. Hand it over. Then you find that what I say is true. That this whole universe can burn to pieces, including this body, but you remain untouched. Untouched even by your own cries. You see what I'm saying? It's not about how the body is responding, you see. The body can be crying in pain, but you see that the witnessing is still untouched. And the mind will come and say, yes, yes, I want this. This is what I want. It doesn't have to do anything to get it. You are already that. As long as you are not looking at the shadow and saying that the shadow is me, you find out who is the one who is looking at the shadow, who is looking at the personal identity. Most of you are now able to say that there is something here. There is something here which wants this or is uncomfortable or something happens. You're already saying it's not me, you see. You see, you are saying actually that I see this something. So who is the seer? Is there a seer? So for most of you, it's very clear that there is no person. The person idea is seen. Now what remains is who is the seer of it? Is there a seer? What does the seer look like?